Congratulations!
Congratulations, Erica Slezak.
On March 17th, Erica Slezak celebrated her
40th
anniversary as Victoria Lord Davidson on One Life to Live.
Here's to you, Erica.
Nigel? Asa? Anybody here? Lordy, I guess they've all gone over to Landfair.
Hi, Renee.
Hello, Larry.
Door was open, so I let myself in.
Yes, I guess everyone's out. If you're looking for Asa...
No, I'm looking for you.
Oh?
Yeah, it's about...
Yes, I can guess. Larry, I don't want to discuss Viki with you. And certainly not behind her back.
Wait a minute. Can't you give me a chance to explain?
Explain what? How you hurt my friend?
You don't have a monopoly on friendship. I have been a friend of Viki for as long as I can remember.
Well, then why didn't you tell her about her daughter? That is, until she forced you to.
I said I was sorry. Look, I'm going to have to live with that guilt for the rest of my life. But there does come a time when the punishment's got to fit the crime.
I'm not trying to punish you. I just don't want to be a go-between, that's all.
Even if it'll help Viki, because I can't help her.
How?
Well, I've been thinking a lot about that night that her father and I went up to find her in New York, and I have information, but she won't see me, and I need you to run interference for me.
I'm sorry, Larry. I don't want to be caught in the middle.
Come on, Renee, please. Not for my sake, for Viki's sake, and for her daughter's sake. You've got to convince her to see me.
The answer is no, Larry. I don't want to see Viki hurt again.
Look, she's going to look for her daughter whether you help her or not. And why don't you make things easier rather than harder?
How can I be sure of that? If you have new information, tell Clint about it. If he thinks Viki should hear it, so be it.
Clint won't even see me.
Oh, I see. I'm expected to be the way in. Is that it?
No, I expect you to want to help your friend.
That is what I am trying to do. All right, Larry, I'll tell you what. If you won't go to Clint, you tell me the news, and if I think it's helpful, I'll pass it on to Viki.
No, this is something I want to see Viki
Larry,
about myself.
I am
Look,
not...
hey, Renee, I have known Viki for years. She's been my friend for years. I would never, ever do anything deliberately to hurt her.
It doesn't have anything to do with deliberate... Look, I have promised Asa and Clint that I will not take any more actions unless I tell them first.
I know, and I hate to make you do
Larry,
this.
I am about to marry Asa. I'm about to marry him, and how can this family, his family, trust me if I don't do what they ask?
All right, look, I swear to you, if you get me to see Viki, I will not hurt her. I will simply tell her what I know. And if it helps her find her baby, come on, you can't stand in the way of that. Come on in, Viki. I'm so glad you came by. You feel comfortable talking here? I mean, we can...
Fine.
Now, I've been spending all my time trying to work on this little speech, trying to figure a way to get you to try to understand how I feel about what I did, about betraying our friendship. And now you're here, and oh, God, Viki, this has been the worst week in my life. I know how much I've hurt you, how much pain I've caused you.
Larry, I know how you feel, all right? Don't explain it to me again, please.
Okay, well, I guess I'm grateful that you've agreed to forgive me.
No, that's not why I'm here. Look, Renee told me that she was talking to you, and apparently you have some idea of how I might be able to track down my daughter. Well, that's all that matters to me right now, and if you do have information that would help me find her, I would like to know what it is, please.
Here's what to do when you don't find the rainbows in this time. Here's where you go when it looks like the rain won't end. Don't cry. I'll give you tomorrow. Let me be the one to share it with. And each day that follows, 'cause we only have one life to live.
Viki, your friendship means more to me than anything else in this world. And if you could just find in your heart some way to understand that I would never hurt you.
I'm sorry, Larry. There is no room in my heart right now for understanding. I am still very, very, very angry with you and my father and that magician for rearranging my life and my memory and for robbing me of all those precious years with my daughter.
I wish I could give those years back to you.
Well, you can't. So the only thing for me to try and do right now is find my daughter and somehow try and make her understand that I had nothing to do with putting her up for adoption. That my father and the doctor who delivered her, my dearest, truest friend, never found it in his heart in 25 years to tell me the truth. And it wasn't until I accidentally discovered it that he finally admitted it all.
What if I had told you, Viki? What if I told you 10 years ago, or 20 years ago, or 25 years ago? Suppose Nikki Smith had come back. Is that the kind of person you wanted as a mother to your child?
You can't stop playing God, can you?
There was a real possibility, Viki, that Nikki Smith would come back, that you would never recover from these episodes. My God, it's a miracle that Nikki Smith isn't standing right here before me.
That's your big excuse for withholding the information from me.
I didn't have any information. Your father never confided in me about the adoption. I don't think he trusted me to be able to keep things secret from you.
Well, he would be pleased to know that his doubts were unfounded. Did he trust Lysander Clare?
I guess he did, yeah. I mean, I've gone to Lysander. I tried to force him to tell me about the adoption. He refuses to discuss it. He keeps saying that we should just leave the past alone.
Yes, well, Bo and Clint had the same results with him, and now the man has vanished.
Yeah, I know. That's why I did a little investigatory work myself.
Have you found him?
No, but I went through my files from 1963 and 1964. I'm trying to find a way to unlock the past, you see, and I think I found a key to the months you spent in New York as Nikki Smith.
You kept a diary while you were in medical
Well, no, not a diary. I had some notes, though.
Well, what do the notes say?
Well, there's a lot about the trip up to New York with your father, and then we followed Nikki into the White Lion bar. Initial contact friendly. She had worked in the bar for several months and seemed to feel at home there. Symptoms and signs, obviously in third trimester of pregnancy. Complexion shallow. No recognition of Victor Lord as her father. Her initial response was the assumption that we were trying to pick her up. As VL's temper flared and his demands that she come back to land fare increased, so did her hostility. She insisted that she'd never laid eyes on him before and had no intention of going anywhere with him. Victor Lord was instructed us to carry her to the limo, which was difficult because of her resistance, and the bartender came to the rescue but was foiled by Madison.
How awful. How absolutely awful for her. To have been kidnapped, to have been forcibly taken from the one place that she felt safe and at home. How on earth could I ever hate her? Certainly not surprising to me that she never trusted anyone after what you guys did to her. It's no wonder she turned out to be such a demon.
Look, if I'd known how to handle it differently...
Oh, come on, you were only interested in following my father's orders.
That is not true. I did everything for her. Everything that I knew how to do. But I was scared, Viki. I was young. I was...
Why did you bother showing me these notes, Larry? There is absolutely nothing in here that would lead me to my daughter.
I think there is, Viki. I called New York Information. The White Lion Bar is still in business. The same address in Greenwich Village.
Devastated.
I know it's too late for you to protect me now.
It's not too late.
A shocking secret is revealed.
Julian,
Confronted.
I see you, but I don't believe it.
The buried past is uncovered.
I loved you. You know that.
And trapped by a future that's uncertain.
You've been like this ever since you got back from New York. What happened?
General Hospital, weekdays.
Do you know whether the same person still owns the bar?
No, but we could send a detective up there and poke around, ask questions, try to find friends of Nikki, maybe even her boyfriend.
It's a long time ago, Larry.
I know. Vicky, I never said it would be a piece of cake. But it's possible now, isn't... Victor might have tracked down the father of the child and paid him to adopt it. That's possible, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose. Of course, it depends on who the young man was, whether or not my father trusted him.
All right, the White Lion Bar is a neighborhood bar, so it's possible you and your friends lived in that area, right?
Larry, do you have any idea how many hippies flocked to New York City in the 1960s?
Yes, thousands, hundreds of thousands. But if you lived and worked in that area and you were single and you were pregnant, it's possible someone might have remembered that.
Well, I suppose it's possible that some of the friends she made may still live there. And of course, it is possible that she got involved with one of the neighborhood fellas.
Okay, all right. Now, I have contacted some of my colleagues up there and asked them for a list of private investigation outfits, and they've come up with these. Now, the one at the top there, they recommend that 4 or 5 different times, so maybe that's the one we should start with. You want me to call and maybe they can take the case right away?
No, thank you. The information you've given me has been very helpful, and it's given me hope, and I appreciate it, but I meant what I said when I got here. Information is all I want from you.
I thought maybe we could work together. You give me a chance to prove my loyalty to you.
No, thank you. Does anyone else know about this?
No. Well, I talked to Renee, but I didn't tell her about the notes, just told her I had some information for you.
In that case, I would appreciate it if you would keep this conversation just between us.
Pretty ironic, isn't it? Same trap I'm falling into.
Yes, I realize that. But in this particular case, your silence would be very helpful. Especially right now. I have every intention of pursuing this lead that you've given me just as far as it will take me, but I want to do it alone.
No, Vicky, I don't think that's a good idea at all.
I don't really want your opinion, Larry. I just want your promise that you won't tell anyone.
All right, I promise.